Saffron is a spice. It comes from the crocus sativus flower. This flower is also called the saffron crocus. Saffron is one of the most expensive spices in the world. This is because it is hard to grow and harvest. Saffron has a unique taste and aroma. It is used in many cuisines around the world. You can find it in dishes from Spain, India, and the Middle East. Saffron is also used as a natural food coloring. Saffron is not just a spice, it also has medicinal properties. People have used saffron for centuries to treat various ailments. These include coughs, colds, and digestive problems. Saffron crocuses need specific conditions to thrive. They need plenty of sunshine. Choose a spot that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. The soil is also important. Saffron prefers well-drained soil. This means the water doesn't stay around the roots too long. Soggy soil can lead to bulb rot, which can kill your plants. Saffron needs a period of cold dormancy. This means they need a few weeks of cold temperatures. This helps the bulbs to flower the next season. If you live in a warm climate, you can chill the bulbs in a refrigerator for several weeks before planting. Lastly, saffron doesn't like competition. Keep the area around your saffron plants free from weeds. Weeds compete for nutrients and water, which can affect saffron growth. Growing saffron in containers has many advantages. One of the main benefits is control. You control the soil, the watering, and even the sunlight. This is especially helpful if your garden space is limited. Another advantage is portability. You can move your containers around to follow the sun. This ensures your saffron plants always get enough sunlight. You can also move them indoors if the weather turns bad. Containers also offer protection from pests. Snails and rodents can damage saffron bulbs, but containers create a barrier, making it harder for these pests to reach your plants. Finally, container gardening can be neater and more organized. This is especially beneficial for small spaces or if you prefer a tidy gardening experience. Planting saffron in containers is easy. Choose a wide, shallow container with good drainage holes. Saffron bulbs don't grow deep, so a deep pot isn't necessary. Fill the container with well-draining soil. You can buy pre-mixed potting soil or make your own. Add some sand or perlite to the mix to improve drainage. Plant the saffron bulbs about 2 to 3 inches deep and 4 to 6 inches apart. The pointed end of the bulb should face upwards. Water the bulbs well after planting. Choose a sunny spot for your container. Saffron needs at least 6 hours of sunlight daily. If you live in a hot climate, you might need to provide some shade during the hottest part of the day. Saffron plants are relatively low maintenance, but they need regular care, especially during their growing season. This is typically in the fall and spring. Water your saffron plants regularly, but avoid overwatering. Stick your finger into the soil, and if it feels dry an inch below the surface, it's time to water. Fertilize your saffron plants once a month during the growing season. Use a balanced fertilizer. This provides all the nutrients your saffron plants need to grow strong and healthy. Remove any weeds that appear in your containers. Weeds compete with your saffron plants for resources, and this can affect their growth and flowering. Section 6. Troubleshooting, solving common problems. Even with the best care, you might encounter some problems when growing saffron, but don't worry. Most problems are easy to solve. One common problem is yellowing leaves. This can be a sign of overwatering, underwatering, or nutrient deficiency. Check the soil moisture and adjust your watering schedule accordingly. If the soil is dry, water more often. If it's wet, let it dry out before watering again. Another problem is the lack of flowers. This could be due to several factors, including improper planting depth, insufficient sunlight, or inadequate chilling period. Make sure your saffron bulbs are planted at the correct depth and are receiving enough sunlight. If you notice any pests, remove them by hand or use a gentle insecticidal soap. Regularly inspect your plants for signs of pests or diseases to catch any issues early on. Section 7. Harvesting gold, your saffron reward. Harvesting saffron is the most exciting part of the process. Saffron flowers typically bloom in the fall. Each flower produces 3 crimson stigmas. These are the saffron threads. Harvest the saffron threads in the morning after the flowers have opened. Carefully pluck the stigmas from each flower. Use tweezers for better precision. After harvesting, dry the saffron threads. You can do this by spreading them out on a clean cloth in a warm, dry place. Once they are completely dry, store them in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. Dried saffron threads can last for several months. They retain their flavor and aroma best when stored properly. Enjoy your homegrown saffron in your favorite dishes. Section 8. Profit Potential, the economics of saffron. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world. This makes it a potentially profitable crop, even on a small scale. The high price is due to the labor-intensive harvesting process. Growing saffron in containers can be a lucrative hobby. You can sell your harvest at local farmers markets or online. You can also use it to make value-added products like saffron tea or saffron-infused honey. However, it's important to note that saffron farming requires patience and investment. It takes time for the plants to mature and produce a significant yield. You need to be prepared to invest in the necessary materials such as containers, soil, and fertilizer. Before starting a saffron business, research the market demand and pricing in your area. This will help you determine the potential profitability and create a viable business plan. Section 9. Challenges and Solutions, Navigating the Saffron Path. While growing saffron in containers offers numerous advantages, there are also challenges. One challenge is maintaining optimal growing conditions. Saffron is sensitive to temperature and moisture fluctuations. Another challenge is preventing diseases. Saffron plants are susceptible to fungal diseases. These can be exacerbated by overwatering or poorly drained soil. However, these challenges can be overcome with careful planning and management. Invest in high-quality soil and containers with good drainage. Monitor your plants regularly for signs of pests or diseases and take prompt action if needed. Finally, be patient. Saffron farming is a long-term commitment. It takes time and dedication to cultivate this precious spice. But the rewards are well worth the effort.